Hello friends, I'm Sue Ann Delt. Today is Monday, February something, February 8th, 2021, and this is my daily report and card pull. It's late, I'm tired, and this is going to be quick, I'm sure. So we came home after work and made those enchiladas that I've been talking about, and oh my gosh, they were so good. So good. Oh, I mean, they were in the top 3 best enchiladas I've ever had in my life, and I can't wait to make them again. And we still have leftovers. The recipe made 12 enchiladas, and we each ate 3, so we have 6 left. And a little bit of Spanish rice that we made from a package. I wanted to make them from a recipe, but it took all the time that we had to devote to get the enchiladas made, so we didn't really have time to make rice from scratch as well. But oh my gosh, it was so good. I may not ever stop talking about how good they were. So I may have mentioned in a previous video about the recipe, but we got these little peppers. The recipe calls for these little peppers, right? Except they're not little, they're like this big, and there was 3 in the package. The name started with an A, and the recipe said to open them up and remove the stem and remove the seeds and cut them into 1/2-inch strips, and then you toast them in a skillet. Tonight's dead. You toast them in a skillet with a tablespoon of cumin seeds for about, I think it said 3 minutes, something like that. I don't remember. It was a complicated recipe from start to finish. It was like a science experiment that turned out good. But yeah, it said toast those peppers, and then you put the peppers that you toasted and all the cumin seeds and a few other ingredients, garlic powder and salt and pepper, I think. You put all that in a food processor and you grind it into a fine powder. I was like, what? Alan ground it all up and he said, we made spice. We made spice. It was so funny. So we made spice, and then it said to take that powder and heat up a little oil in that skillet that you just used. And after you get that oil warm, then you add that ground up spice. You add it to that oil and you cook it for a while, and I think 5 minutes. And then you slowly whisk in some chicken broth. The whole upstairs smelled like chili pepper. And we were sneezing. So we got this sauce made that smelled like chili, except it had no meat in it. And then the recipe said, you know, to oil up all these tortillas and wrap them in a damp dish towel. Put them in the micro for 1 minute to get them soft. And then one at a time you you put this much cheese in them, and then you put this much onion in them, and then you put them in your pan. You put 6 on one side and 6 on the other side, and then you put them in the oven for 20 minutes or whatever. So yeah, it took like an hour to get this recipe done and ready to eat, and I think it actually took us even longer, if the truth be told. But by the time it was ready, oh my gosh, it was so good. I know I'm just carrying on and on like I've never had anything good to eat before, but they were really good. And you know, we've never, up until the last 10 years, and we've been together 30 something years, up until the last 10 or so years, we've never been really big on cooking. We would eat out a lot. We would make processed food at home if we ate at home, you know, frozen casseroles and things like that. We've never been big on cooking, you know, ingredients, mix them together, make a meal, make an entree. So anytime we do it and it comes out good, and it's something that I didn't grow up cooking, you know, Mama taught me how to make a few things. But anytime we make something that I didn't grow up cooking, I'm just, oh, it's so amazing. So, I apologize, I don't have any pictures to show you. As soon as it was ready to eat, we gobbled it because it took, you know, a good while to make it. We're used to eating, you know, not long after 5. At the latest 6, but this wasn't ready at 6. It was not ready at 6. So, by the time it was ready, we were starving, and nobody thought about taking any pictures. We just gobbled it down. The rice was okay, for instance. It was, you know, it was like in a little envelope, and you mix it with water and butter, boil it. Let it sit, tighten up, and then you eat it. It was okay, but I do want to try my hand at making some rice from scratch. It was a lot of fun making the enchiladas. Alan also wants to make again his gumbo, and it wasn't manicotti, but something that we made that was Italian. We made the dough from scratch. I believe it was called cannelloni. I don't know. It was dough, and it had inside it a mixture of spinach and different cheeses. It was probably called a cannoli or cannelloni. I don't know. I can't remember for sure. This deck is absolutely gorgeous. I've been shuffling it while I've been bragging about my food. Yeah, it's beautiful. Charlotte sent me this for Christmas. She sent me this deck and another one of a. Oh wow! Look at that. Lilith. Woo-wee. Oh man, lots of beautiful goddesses in this deck. Look We're gonna have some fun. Okay. Anyway, my sweet love sister friend Charlotte sent me this deck and another one for Christmas by way of her Mama Paulette brought them to me, and I wanted to finish the Animal Guardian deck before I started this one, and so now we're here starting it. Here's a little book. I'm just I've never opened it before tonight, so we together are learning it as we go. And I'm just trying to get my bearings with it so that I know a little bit about where to find the descriptions for each card. Let's get started. All right, how many cards are there? $51 cards. Should we do 2 a day or 1 a day? 51. Let's do 2 a day. What do you think, huh? It seemed to work out okay with the Animal Guardians. Cover. Mystic Sisters. There's the back of the box. Alright. There's the artwork on the back of the card. Isn't that gorgeous? They feel really good in your hand, too. Yeah, they feel really good. They're still stiff. They haven't been worked with. But I'll get them broke in. So shizzle. It's so late. I'm so silly. It's almost 11:30. So, you see that purple line right there? That's where a strand of hair doused in hair color fell out from the pack and left a line across my forehead. It's right there. I'm not sure you can see it, but it goes up. And I scrubbed and scrubbed on it. I couldn't get it off. I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It will wear off very quickly because the skin cells turn over very quickly. And on most days, the only human being I even see is my husband, Alan. And on days that I see more than that, it may be 1 or 2 co-workers, maybe the boss man, and usually not even that much. Usually it's just Alan. I get up, I see Alan, I give him a smooch, I go to work, I come home, there's Alan, I give him another smooch. And unless I have to go pick up a grocery order that they're going to load in my car for me, I usually don't see any other humans until I get on YouTube. And y'all probably wouldn't have even noticed that if I hadn't pointed it out. But, you know, if you can't laugh at yourself, call me, I'll laugh at you. Alright, we're gonna pick 2 cards from this deck. And then I'm gonna try to figure out how to work the book after you put this much color on your hair, it deposits all these little molecules of dye into the cuticle of your hair, and it makes your hair feel a lot heavier than it did beforehand. And so that's why I'm trying to get it off of me, basically, because I had gone so long without coloring it that I'm not used to it feeling so heavy anymore. Alright, there we go. You got excited? You excited? I'm not excited. Card 1. The Snow Queen. Ooh. This deck is gorgeous. Yep, card 2. I can't read that backwards. Kun Yin. Kun Yin. Alright, let's see what we can figure out about this. We have Snow Queen and Kun Yin. Looks like they may be in alphabetical order. Snow Queen. The Snow Queen is wise in her knowledge that although a long darkness has come, and all life may presently feel frozen and seemingly unchangeable, it will all pass. The light will return. She is the goddess of the winter solstice. She brings a gift of hope and guides our way back toward the light. She reassures you that what you perceive as a static and fixed state will melt away. Got that? It's going to melt away. Regain your confidence in your personal power of perception. It requires finding a new mindset by making a conscious commitment to changing your attitude from a claustrophobic state to one of cozy serenity. Oh, that sounds great. Cozy serenity. All right. Now we're looking for Kun Yin. Kuan. Yin. I got purple under my fingernails. That is so embarrassing. That's why fancy ladies pay the hairdressers good money to fix their hair. But I'm not a fancy lady. I'm a po lady. Oh, burrito. Hello, burrito. Show everyone your fur. Kuan Yin is the Asian deity of mercy and compassion. Her name literally means observing the cries of the world. She sits at the center of a mandala and can see every point of view at once. The action this card asks of you is to find a more transcendent perspective. Realize that when we make judgments or harsh criticisms toward ourselves or others, we are likely not taking the full story into account. We've all suffered, And when we are doing well, it isn't always easy to remember what it felt like during our rocky phases. Okay. We must try to recall the details, including all the sorrows and pain and the courage involved in making a change. This allows us to increase our empathy and gain wisdom. Okay, so what I take from that is like when you're living high on the hog, don't forget what it was like when you were struggling. You know, didn't have the money for the things that you needed or the bills you needed to pay. And basically don't get all arrogant, don't get above your raisins, and remember what it was like when you were not high up on the hog. We've all suffered, and when we are doing well, it isn't always easy to remember what it felt like during our rocky phases. We must try to recall the details, including all the sorrows and pain, and the courage involved in making a change. There you have it. Good cards. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. All right, let's look at these two again. Here's tonight's two cards. Y'all, we are in for a treat for the next 20-something days. Wow. OMG. Charlotte. Linda, look. Woo. Mania. I'm just flipping randomly. Secrets. Ooh. Persephone. Mermaids. Artemis. Artemis? 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 I don't know. But oh my gosh, this deck is gorgeous. Ceridwen. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun. I'm looking forward to exploring this whole deck with y'all. Okay. I'll try not to look at all the cards and read all the books off camera, and I'll try to be sure and save that for us to do together. All right, tonight's t-shirt. You may recognize this. iHeartRadio. I think it has something on the back. I've had this t-shirt a long time, and I know I didn't buy it. I think, if I remember correctly, there was a table in the mall in the Woodlands. I say a table, it was like 4 tables in a square, and they had all these t-shirts they were giving away with this on them, and they were handing out information and free t-shirts, and I'm pretty sure that that is where I got it. And if that's not the case, then I have no idea. But I think that's where I got it. And it was, I a lot of fun to have because people go, oh look, I have that app. Yay. It's a cool app. I still have the app. I can't remember when I last launched it. I can't remember. So I've had this thing on the charger and it's not charging. All this time I thought it was charging, but it's not charging. Alright, well that's something I need to troubleshoot off camera because I'm sure y'all are interested in watching me track down wires to make sure they're all plugged in. So that's the fun I have ahead of me. Alright, thank you for watching. Thank you, Charlotte, for these gorgeous decks of cards. Yeah, we're gonna work through this one, and then we'll work through the second deck that you sent to me. And gosh, thanks for watching, and thanks for joining me. And I hope to see you again tomorrow night. And until then, have a great evening and a wonderful tomorrow. Love you. Good night.